Well, this is kind of exciting, but at the same time, I'm a little bit concerned. But you know, I might get to the end of this and be like, there's nothing to worry about. So I'm just going to think positively and believe this van is underweight and I'll be fine. A bird has just shit on my windscreen. But that's good luck, right? And we're in. Now, that's better, isn't it? It's less windy. I haven't just come down to Penzance just for the hell of it, because I was talking to a friend recently. He had his van MOT'd recently and they weighed it. It turns out that if your MOT centre has the facilities to weigh your van, they've got to weigh it. And there is a weigh bridge around here where you can literally just take your van in and you can weigh it, and then they tell you whether you're over or under the allowance of what you're allowed. I'm allowed 3.5 tonne with this, and as it's pretty much finished, I figured I should probably get it weighed before my MOT, even though it's not due until January, but I'd rather just know where I stand with it. Yoink. Now, you may have noticed in the last video when I went camping with my wife and my son, we had a really cold night in the van, and the reason why it was so cold is because I was running the van off an oil radiator. Let me just show you. I was heating the van with this. It used to heat up the Vivaro fine, but for this big space, it just didn't cut the mustard. So, until I sort out my diesel heater in this van, I've bought a fan heater. And rather than run the risk of completely destroying my power station by heating this all night, I've come up with a better idea. And I'm going to be using this tonight. This is the Anker SOLIX C1000. And I'm going to use this, and its sole purpose for the evening will be to power that fan and keep me nice and warm. And then by the morning we'll see how much power we've got left on it. It's currently on 100%. I actually filmed a full segment on all the information about this power station, and it was going to be used in a previous video, but it didn't get used in that video, so I'm going to try and Frankenstein it into this one. Now, there's a little bit of nostalgia because it was actually filmed in the old van, but I'll do my best to make it work. Ugh. I think it's time to talk to you about today's sponsor, Anker SOLIX. And this is the C1000. Now, I know the last couple of power stations I've shown on this channel have been pretty big, so this one is kind of like a mid-range sort of size, but it packs quite a punch when it comes to power. And one of the main benefits with the C1000 is that it's the fastest charging 1 kilowatt hour power station that you can actually get, because it's got something on it called ultra fast charge mode. Now, I brought this out this evening. I have been using it for a while, and I didn't realise that I'd actually drained the battery completely down just by playing around with it and just seeing what it can do. I've used it to power a few tools on some of the jobs I've been doing on the other van recently. Now, this power station does benefit from an ultra fast charge setting, which means that when it's plugged into the mains at home, it can charge from pretty much 0% to 100% in 1 hour, which is perfect if you're anything like me and you leave everything to the last minute. Now, it does actually have 9 outlets. It has 4 AC sockets, it has a car socket, it has 2 USB sockets and 2 USB-C, one which is 100 watt and one which is 30 watt. And considering this is, it's not actually that big and it's pretty light as well, it actually has 1800 watts of output. So that means you can have multiple things plugged into this all at once, or you can have one really powerful thing plugged into it. But to be honest, what I would be using it for in this van, it would work perfectly. Now, I know that I've mentioned this before, but if you're building your own camper van, then why bother buying a leisure battery, getting all the DC to DC charger or split relay or anything like that, when essentially this does all of that, and it works out at a fraction of the price once you've sort of added everything up. You know, you're looking at a lithium battery, that's £800. You've got your DC to DC charger and all the wiring and everything. And any van that I would build in the future, I think I would probably just not even bother with any of that and just chuck one of these in, plug it all into all the outlets. So you've got your solar on one part, you've got your your car charging input as well, so that when your car's charging, it actually charges off the alternator anyway. So it's just so much easier. It's all self-contained. You get a 5-year warranty. It does 3,000 cycles, which means it's got a lifespan of 10 years. Why bother with all the other stuff? Even though it's an 1800 watt power station, thanks to Surge Pad, it can power up to 2,400 watts of appliances simultaneously. So it's a really, really intelligent bit of kit. You can plug in up to 600 watts of solar as well, which means you can pretty much charge it from solar in 1.8 hours, which is 40% faster than most other products. This is one of the things I love about it as well, right? So when you're on the app, right, and you've logged in, then it comes up the SOLIX C1000, and then literally, this is where you can turn on your ultra fast charge when it's plugged in, or you can turn on your individual sockets. So if you had it plugged in, like say under your bed or in a cupboard, and you didn't want to have to keep rooting through the cupboard to turn all the buttons on, you can actually do it right through the app, which is a lot easier because it just means that you don't even have to get out of bed if you don't want to. But this is one thing I love. So just say you woke up in the night, right? You know when your light switch to turn the lights on in the van or at home or wherever, you go onto your app and just go on, and then the lights come on. So later this evening, the plan will be this will power this and hopefully keep me warm for the entire night. But we'll try that out in a bit. Check out the link in the description to participate in the Anker SOLIX C1000 pre-sale and enjoy an early bird exclusive benefit. And sign up to get 25% discount on your Anker SOLIX C1000 and enter the lucky draw for a chance to win the Anker SOLIX RS30 solar panel, the MagGo, and even Anker EverFrost40. Link in the description. Now before I have dinner, I'm going to go for a little wander. Walk along here, it's quite easy to get sort of splashed by the waves that are coming over. Like if you look at all this whole area, you can see where it's really wet. Probably shouldn't stand here too long because you know that could really ruin my night, couldn't it? Ooh, look. Don't think that would be a good idea after the last time I rode my bike along this promenade. Is that a seal out there?
I think so. There's like marine medic people over there. Some.
Oh really?
Yeah, they're just around the corner.
Let's have a look. There's a seal out there.
My phone couldn't zoom in enough for me to actually see.
Do you know what? As soon as I get the phone out, he's gone.
Dips.
After seal watching for what felt like forever, it was time to head back to the van for some dinner. I mean, say what you will about Penzance, but it really is quite nice down here at night time. We've got the lights on all year round, lovely view of the water. I think it's great. I'm going to attempt to walk along the promenade here and not get drenched by the crashing wave like that. Don't fancy my chances. Got me. I know. Now, I'm not being funny, but that is one way. But that is one way for my van to pretty much just get rusted out. It's going to get battered all night by salt water. Let's just say I couldn't park here every day because salt water rusts out your vehicle. So when I was on my walk, I saw another van that you could quite easily mistake for my van. But the only differences are, it had windows in the back doors and there were cats living in it. But other than that, you know, it could have quite easily been my van. Right, well, I think it's dinner time. And for tonight's dinner, I'm going to use the George Foreman. It's still not better than real beer, but it'll do. It's not raw. I mean, surely it's only going to be making that noise whilst it's high tide, and then when it's not high tide, hopefully it'll be nice and quiet. But that's not going to keep me awake, because worst case scenario, I'll just put my headphones in, I'll watch a movie, and I won't hear any of that. I am a little bit concerned that my van's getting covered in salt water, but what I can always do tomorrow after I get it weighed, I can literally just go to a car wash and just clean it off. So it's not the end of the world. Now that was a tasty burger. Right, so before I go to bed, I'm going to get this set up. This is going to go here on the counter. This is going to get plugged into the C1000. I'm going to turn that on. Turn that on. And then if I want to switch it off, I just turn it off on there. And it just turns it all off. So now what that means is that when I'm in bed, in the middle of the night or in the morning and it gets cold in here and I need to turn the heating on, I can literally just go turn it on my app and then it comes on and I can turn it off. On that note, I'm going to get into bed because I'm going to watch a movie, try and get some sleep. Hopefully these waves won't keep me up all night, and I'll see you in the morning. Good night. Good morning. So it wasn't actually that cold last night, but I did wake up at one point and put the heater on for a blast, and now it feels a little bit chilly, so I'm just gonna chuck this on. We're currently on 83% battery. What a nice morning. I'll tell you what though, the waves are still crashing up and down against the side here.
Birds in the sky, and the trees are like the emus. You offer me light and give me my reason to stay high. Let my body decide, 'cause you're my desire, as ugly as I. But I'll never be like you. No, I'll never be like you. Never becoming you. Ooh, but I'm just like you. There is a light under my skin.
Turn left onto Big 3311.
I've got it in my head that I'm going to get my van weighed today. Whether I can get it done at this place or the next place, I mean, it doesn't really matter. I'll get it done somewhere. But I haven't really thought about what happens if it's overweight. I mean, what do I do? The allowance in this...
In 1 mile, turn left onto B3311.
The allowance in this van is 3.5 ton. That's including the weight of the van. So, I mean, I have weighed the stuff I've been putting in this, and you know, that'll be my cutlery drawer. I need to shut that drawer. There we go, did it itself. So in case you're wondering why my cutlery drawer's sliding open, that's because I fitted clips to every single cupboard or drawer in the back, and that's the one that I haven't done. Just because of the placement of it, I've got to kind of take the worktop back off to fit it. So I have still been sort of masking taping that drawer up, but I obviously forgot to do that before I'd set off this morning. Okay, down here.
Turn left, then turn right.
Yeah, got ya. All visitors, please report to the weighbridge. That's where I want to go. Alright, so we're going to have to go to the weighbridge. Well, it's just literally lorries here. I take it people bring their lorries to these weighbridges just to get them weighed, so that they know that they're not sort of carrying too much weight before they go on any long journeys. But all visitors and drivers are to report to the weighbridge office. So I'm going to park up here.
Hello.
Hello, you alright? Can I weigh my van here?
Yes, mate, you can. Where are you?
I'm there.
Do you want the disorderly queue?
Yeah.
And then the official ticket is £8.40.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, so join the queue and then
Cool.
come on the bridge and I'll take your details.
Thanks, mate. Simple as that. I suppose I better join the queue. Oh, God. Well, this is kind of exciting, but at the same time, I'm a little bit concerned. But you know, I might get to the end of this and be like, there's nothing to worry about. So I'm just going to think positively and believe this van is underweight and I'll be fine. Right, do I just drive on then, now that that car's gone? I'm just going to drive on. And then I'll pop back in, I guess. Guess that's how it's done. So I just get out now? Go. Cool. Hello, mate. Sean, S-H-A-U-N.
Yeah, for the purposes of road haulage, you have to weigh the vehicle with the driver.
Right.
For the purposes of keeping those or DVSA happy with how much your vehicle weighs,
Yeah.
insist on weighing you out of the...
Because I was told it needed to be fully laden with like me and whoever else, like you have to fill all the seats and stuff, but
No, not for a public weighbridge weigh.
ah, that's cool.
Right, so that is £8.40 and your truck weighs 2,840 kilograms.
Okay, this is
840, please.
cool. I mean, someone said that they weigh him at the MOT centre now. It's not due till January anyway, but I was like, yeah, I don't want to get to the MOT and be like over.
No,
but
you certainly don't. I did it a couple of weeks ago. It's going to take it across on the ferry because they weigh them to go on the ferry, don't
Yeah.
they? So he comes in and it is absolutely the block. He's got stuff on the roof rack. He's got full water tank, full diesel tank. You know, it's nearly 5 ton. You know,
God.
I said if you take it on the ferry over 5 ton, they'll class you as a commercial vehicle. I said, and you'll pay commercial vehicle rate.
Yeah.
Well, what's that? I said, well, a car is about, I think last time it was about £78.
Yeah.
Commercial vehicle is about 200 and something quid. It's like when you cross a bridge, commercial
Wow.
vehicles are always like
Yeah,
5,
yeah.
6, you know, well, they sting commercial vehicles, don't they? Because they're
Jesus.
closed market. Right, sir.
So 2.8 tonne, that's not too bad.
2.84 tonne. So if
2.84.
you keep that one at home,
Yeah.
keep that one in the vehicle, if you do ever get asked how much it weighs,
Yeah.
then all good.
Have a good day, buddy.
There you go.
Right, I've got to move. There's a bit of a queue now 2.8 ton, and I'm allowed 3.5. So I'm well under. I've got quite a bit of extra sort of weight in this van as well at the moment. I've got that extra power station. Well, I've got 2 power stations in here. Got all my electrical stuff. I don't know why I was worried, but you know, it's important to get that done. But that's actually a really good service that I didn't even know existed, to be fair, because every van that I've ever had before this one has always been pretty, you know, pretty small, like normally a short wheelbase. I've never really worried about it, but with this I was, yeah, starting to worry. But 2.84 ton, I might as well put a roof deck on it. No, I'm not going to do that. Not going to do that. But anyway, that's the news I wanted. Stress over. I'm going to go home. But before I head home, there's one last thing I need to do. As always, thank you to everyone who's bought me a beer through the link in the description. I really appreciate it. And now I'm going to get the van washed. Sorry, my battery ran out on my GoPro. I'll see you in the next video. Cheers!